To this day.
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 What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Deontay Wilder's take on Tyson Fury taking on Oleksandr Usyk, and this is what the Bronze Bomber had to say. Quote, Deontay Wilder on Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk. He says, I think Fury will be too big for him. He just likes to use his size all the time and a lot of other things. I think Usyk's too small, and I think Usyk has stamina problems as well. Let me counterpunch. Wow. It doesn't surprise me with the size difference, because a lot of people says that. They say that about Tyson Fury. It doesn't surprise me that Wilder is actually, I think he's thinking about himself when he challenged Fury and how Fury used his weight in the second and third fight. But really the second fight, he really used his weight to lean on him, to hang on him, you know, to really get physical with him. And I think that took a lot of energy out of Wilder. That's why I think Wilder is in fact, you know, in for the, you know, the size, because the size is one of the things that helped him be defeated. Okay. And as far as the he likes to use his size all the time and a lot of other things. See, a lot of other things, that's just a watered down way of saying he was a cheater, because Wilder still thinks he cheated. Wilder still thinks he's cheated. It's just, it's hard to argue seeing the third fight, that's all. But that little quote right there, and a lot of other things, that means that Wilder is, you know, throwing that in there. You know, it's a subliminal message. You know what I mean? Say little to say a lot type of situations, where he thinks Tyson Fury will cheat if need to win. Okay. And he says, I think Usyk's too small, and I think Usyk has stamina problems as well. Well, I will say this. I don't see that. I don't see Usyk having stamina issues. However, because I did see him in round 10, and that was the championship round. However, rounds 11 and 12 wasn't so dynamic, and you could tell he wasn't moving as much, but he was moving enough to obey the defensive genius that he has. In other words, Usyk was still moving and still defending, despite him being tired, whereas a lot of people, when they do get tired, they do get fatigued. The stamina that they have deflates. They tend to suspend the defense that they have. A lot of people do that. They decide to cut corners. They stop moving as much because they're tired. Because now they're thinking more about how tired they are instead of the punches coming at you. That's why when you can get fatigued, you get tired. That's why a lot of people are doomed. And Usyk's still able to duck, dip, slip punches the way he is. You know, so I don't see where Wilder gets that stamina issue from, unless, okay, there's another factor to this. Unless Wilder was listening to Malik Scott. We all know Malik Scott helped Usyk, and he, you know, they're good friends. And Malik Scott, of course, trains Deontay Wilder. So this is you know, the community of boxing is not too big, okay? People work with one another. It's just nowadays, seldom, very little people fight one another, okay? And maybe Malik Scott has said that, because I don't see Malik Scott, you know what I mean? Because he's had a lot of good things to say about Usyk, Scott has. And if Wilder said it, more than likely he had to qualify that. But I haven't really seen that to a big degree in Usyk fights. If anything, I see Usyk having the type of stamina that gets the job done. You know, stamina that can take on bigger guys, bigger than himself. You know, and I will leave this in for Wilder. If Wilder believes that Oleksandr Usyk is too small for Fury, how about Usyk being too small for himself? Counterpunch. I mean, after all, Wilder now is maybe the same size as Usyk. He's just taller, right? They were talking about Usyk welcoming him to the Bridgerweight division. So what does that tell you? That means you're not really a huge, heavyweight, right? So if you're talking about Usyk being too small for Tyson Fury, what can we say about you and Oleksandr Usyk? Because you guys are roughly around the same size, So it is a surprise to hear him say that about Usyk. I would like to know where he got that information from, but that is his breakdown of Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. Of course, tell me what you think. Please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.